Opa! Welcome everybody to Stavvy's World 904 800 Stav? I forgot. 904 800 Stav. You usually have it up here. I forgot. You know, today you just have the Google screen. Welcome back, everyone. We have our friend Dan Licata on the couch. Joe Pera, unfortunately, is in rehab for sex addiction, and he could not join us this time.
Yeah, he's also on a cruise for the Biden campaign, right?
Yeah. He's actually, a lot of people don't know about this. They have a Kamala 2024 backup plan that Joe is kind of working on. So Justin, he's kind of preparing for both things.
Have I told you my theory about
No.
Kamala Harris?
Hit me with it.
Well, it's like, have you ever noticed how you never see Biden and Harris in the same place at the same time anymore?
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like they're the same person, and that she gets like the bad grandpa special effects team to put her in the old man makeup every day.
That's smart. So Biden's been dead.
He's been
Kamala doesn't want to be president yet, but she also that's a great theory because he died before he beat Trump. Actually, he died. That was Kamala back then too. But she didn't want to be president yet, but she wanted a nice low bar because she's such a horrific candidate that it would have to be like it is crazy that everyone's like, Jesus, please, not Trump, Biden again. And Kamala Harris is the vice president. We have like a black woman vice president who, in theory, America could, if she was even this charismatic and good of a politician, everyone would be like rallying around her. Like, it's insane the vice president isn't, the Democrats aren't, that's how fucking dumb. That's what a dumb bitch Kamala Harris is. But this is good because she's setting the bar so low with her bad grandpa Joe Biden that eventually they're going to kill him right before the election starts. And they're going to be like, all right, it's Kamala or Trump. And then she maybe she's been practicing. She's also made herself look stupider, though, with that coconut tree line. That was awesome.
I mean, to be dumb and incoherent is like, if you're dumb and can still string a thought together, that'll get you far enough in politics. But, man.
Also a cop. She was like a prosecutor.
That's true.
And then now she's talking about how she smoked, her going on the Breakfast Club and being like, I love smoking weed. Meanwhile, she locked up so many people for smoking weed. Anyway, that's the Stavvy's World Politics Corner. Kamala Harris, dumb bitch, who's dressed up like Joe Biden on the sneak. That's Licata. The dumb bitch is my editorializing, but Licata's just reporting the facts. As a former member of the mainstream media, a.k.a. a writer for SNL, who wasn't fired mid-season because it was the pandemic, probably.
Yeah, well, they found out I didn't actually go to Harvard. Told me to kick rock.
Yeah, dude. You're like, oh, come on. I let Colin Jost fuck my ass for nothing. I let Colin Jost.
Well, you know, it wasn't for nothing. Yeah. I'm just trying to be Eskimo siblings with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. If you're Eskimo siblings with her, it's kind of like you fucked her.
Yeah.
There's probably a couple pieces of her pussy on his dick. You're like, all right, dude, you can fuck my ass, but you have to have fucked ScarJo recently. That's the only way I'm allowing this.
Oh, man.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Dan, can you get that mic closer?
Oh, yeah.
How many Harvard guys are there? Because you hear about Harvard guys, and are they still hiring just random motherfuckers behind the scenes?
Absolutely.
That's
like,
hilarious.
Truly, there was someone who was like, probably had graduated 3 months prior or something.
No guys who've
life
never
experience.
done comedy, no life experience.
Yeah.
They've written for like the Harvard Lampoon or whatever the fuck.
Exactly.
The Harvard fucking Marauder or some fucking gay bullshit. God, and I bet you it's one of the, they have, what's that fucking magazine they have? I bet you it's one of the least funny things of all time. And look, are there obviously, it is the Harvard Lampoon.
Yeah.
And look, obviously Conan O'Brien, Jim Downey, those guys are fucking hilarious, but enough with fucking people from Harvard. Who fucking gives a fuck?
We should be hiring whatever the opposite of that is.
Oh,
you know?
You should be hiring,
people who were
mentally challenged, like Puerto Rican kids.
Exactly.
Like the funniest people on earth are like like kids I went to school with, Baltimore City black kids that had lead paint poisoning. They are so much funnier than than the like everyone who gets every Harvard guy on like a comedy program is like their dad is funding a genocide. They're always like the least impressive member of a really well-to-do family where it's like his dad's secretary of like undersecretary of the interior or something, and then like his mom is like has been dispatched to Ghana, and like, you know, in the 80s they were like sterilizing Africans without anyone's consent, and then his brother's like a hedge fund manager, and they're like, I guess Stu can work at SNL. And then you have fucking poor kids that just watched comedy. They were like, one day, I'll be there. It's like, you really fucking won't.
Yeah, my mom cured
won't.
Ebola, but I'm trying to come up with the Elizabeth Warren prom queen sketch.
The superlatives. What if all the presidential candidates went to high school together? Voted most likely to drink covfefe, Donald Trump. Very good, very good.
Speaking of Ebola, I remember the one time I made a girl cry while doing stand up was this was like 10 years ago, so this was cool back then. But I did a character called the Chola with Ebola, so again, this was 10 years ago. But
the Chola with Ebola.
It was essentially just like, you know, she's in the doctor's office, like, my eyes are bleeding, fool. What's up? And it was like,
I love it, dude.
This girl apparently left crying, which I feel bad about.
Is she part Chola?
I didn't
Does she have Ebola?
I don't know. I don't know if she had any skin in the game or just thought it was
that offensive that you started crying.
Yeah,
I mean that's dumb bitch of the day right there.
Yeah,
to be that, I mean that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, have you ever made someone cry? I'm sure you've crowd worked someone to tears once or twice.
Never in front of me, but maybe after the fact. There was one time where I wasn't even. This was pretty early in my career where I wasn't even like. I wasn't, you know, I would always do a little, like, the first 5 years that I did stand-up, I was, like, a, like, joke teller, like, set up punch, like, too nervous to look around, like, just, things would happen, and I would, like, in my head, would be like, say this, but I was too much of a pussy to do it.
Yeah.
And one of the first times where I was, like, I don't know, I was coming down from, I had moved to New York, and my life was going so bad. Like, you know, when you're like, I'm sure you experienced this coming from Buffalo, where it was like, I don't know how long you did stand up there, but I was around DC for a while, and I was like, you know, you start feeling yourself. You're like, I'm the fucking man. I'm the number one feature at my local club. Yeah. Like, Bobby Kelly's taking me on the road. I'm gonna be on SNL in a fucking year. You know, like, that's the feeling. Yeah. And then you move here, and they're like, you're passed at one club. You can do the check spot Sunday at midnight if you hang out for 5 hours and and Aaron Berg doesn't show up, then maybe you could do 4 minutes at the Stand on Sundays. And, you know, I live in a fucking fake room. I'm getting no pussy whatsoever. Mm-hmm. I'm getting fat. Like, everything is bad, right? And so I go to this, and I'm really I think I was trying to get that Comedy Central half hour or something. Yeah. So I'm trying to tape this half hour, and I very rarely get a chance to do a half hour back then. So I go to this shout out to Ramin Mostafavi. He has great gigs in fucking southwestern Virginia and northern Virginia. Then my man's got suburban Virginia on lock. So he had a show at the time called Ragtime in Arlington, Virginia, and it was a pretty fun show. It was like a small back room, and and I'm just trying to get through my shit, and I'm doing pretty well, right? And this fucking guy just keeps fucking like mocking me with his laugh, and then like being like, yeah, that's right, and I'm just saying shit. And dude, I just fucking go at him, right? And again, I'm not really. I was just so this is like the frustrations of failing in New York for a year or coming out at him. And I'm like, look at your fucking dress, like nice haircut. What is that, a fucking bowl cut? You look like a fucking retard. I'm really letting him have it. And his friends are dying, dude, dying, right? And he's not even taking it that bad. And I'm like, huh, that's interesting, whatever. And then after the show, Ramin comes up to me and he's like, I think that guy was literally retarded. And his friends are losing it because they're like, I guess, either bad people or good sports. I don't know which one. He didn't really get mad because he was too retarded to understand that I was just being straight up hateful to him. And he was like dressed in like overall. He was like, had like a bowl. I mean, it was like, I was like, what kind of fucking guy? And that was like a happy hour, you know, Thursday show. It's like, no one, why would a retarded guy be here? It's not like a fucking Saturday night where he loves comedy and is like, I don't know, parents or handler. Maybe I'm not sounding, maybe I'm sounding a little ableist right now, but it was like, you know, after work, it was a weird, like, after work yuppie crowd. So it's like, where did this random fucking special needs guy come from? And he was, in my defense, he was heckling me. He was being a fucking asshole. But I felt good about everything until I literally called him. And I don't ever just say insult. Like, I don't just say like a fucking slur at anyone. I've never, in my crowd work now, I never do that shit. You know.
That was your Kramer moment.
But I was going Kramer.
Yeah. And
I probably have the fucking, because I was taping it. I was trying, so probably somewhere, I think I've deleted it. Now we're going to get our servers hacked for people dreaming of, the haters want to cancel me, as if I don't have literally hundreds of hours of Cumtown out there that you could just randomly pick any timestamp and it would probably be just as horrible for me. But yeah, that was the moment where I was like, God. But I will say that moment was like because the first part of it, I was kind of on a roll and I was just actually shitting on him to the point where I was like, this is kind of fun. Maybe I should do more of this. You know, there was a little bit of that.
It does. I mean.
But making them cry, I don't think I have.
Yeah.
But the problem is for you, I think, is that you do so many, like, super alt shows where it's like, you know, and your stand-up is probably, it's, like, not conventional, but it's not like you share the sensibilities of, like, you know, people who just tell these fucking barely jokes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I could see how you end up on a show where you have just some of the biggest pussies on earth.
Yeah.
And then they start crying about the concept of the Cholo with Ebola, which is just it's just more, it's so funny because it's based on it almost rhyming. Like, it doesn't even rhyme. But it's like respect, dude. I think you got to bring that back.
I'll think about it. Yeah. I think the only other time I made someone cry was like, you remember Old Man Hustle, the old one?
Yes.
For the listeners who aren't hip to Old Man Hustle, it was this quote unquote. It was a
closet,
bar,
but
it was a
like,
closet. Could comfortably fit maybe 5 people.
It was insane that they would say there were shows happening there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was barely anything. It was like one of those hallways with a bar in it.
Yeah.
And then they put a stage at the end of it, essentially.
It made no fucking sense, but yeah, it was like these two women were just heckling everybody's like start of the show. Immediately are heckling everybody, and I got up and I'm doing some crowd work on them. I'm like, you know, what do you guys do? They're like, we're teachers. I'm like, where do you teach? They're like, PS2. And I'm like, oh, man, if I went to a school named after my favorite gaming console, that'd be pretty sick. And it's like going okay. And I'm like, okay, but now you got to stop. And then like 30 seconds later, they interrupt again. And like finally, I just kind of flipped on them and was like, you guys are fucking bad teachers. Clearly, like, your students definitely don't respect you. They probably hate you. And they started throwing like pretzels at me. They started just chugging them, and I'm still like, I'm trying to catch the pretzels in my mouth and shit. And,
I mean, that's like, if you want to prove that it's not, what we do is not art at all. It's like you're like, still trying to get the two audience members. You're in a place with two audience members, and that's not about what it holds.
Yeah.
And they're throwing which, by the way, I would love those shows where it was just like, we are intruding on what is happening here. It's like, you should have left.
Yeah.
Like, there should have been no comedy show. There should have been a shitty little bar where two teachers that are overworked.
We are in the wrong.
We are fully in the wrong, but that's awesome. They were fucking throwing pretzels at you.
And then she like, the way it ended, she like tearfully like walked up to the stage and like, there were like tears in her eyes and shit. Like, I think after I told her she was a bad teacher, she's just like, you are a bastard. And she like stormed out and
A bastard.
A bastard.
Someone calling you a bastard for real to hurt your feelings is so awesome. Oh fuck! What do these broads look like? What do we got?
I mean, just like
picture
a middle-aged teacher. And two of those.
Yeah.
But you know,
that's hilarious.
They were probably had a bunch of shithead kids
Of
like
course.
talking during class all day, and then they got to be the kid talking.
Of course.
Weren't supposed to. So.
But you did not let them have that moment. Well, we should say also you have a fucking special out right now.
Yes,
that does take place in a school.
It does. Yeah, it's called For the Boys. I shot it at my old high school in Buffalo for an audience of 15-year-old boys, and check it out.
That's fucking awesome, dude. Because like the peak consumer for a lot of, I mean, I feel like most of what I make is juvenile boys. Like I remember being 15, and that's when I loved comedy so much more than I do now.
Absolutely.
It's not even fucking close.
It's target demographic.
I love that it was your old high school. I didn't realize. I thought it was just I thought you were just trying to figure out any high school, but it's your high school.
It was my high school. Thank God it was not the same principal that was there when I was there, because would have been an automatic no. Oh, you're the kid who put shaving cream on his homeroom teacher's chair? I don't fucking think so.
Little prankster, huh?
Yeah, that was. I did get suspended for 3 days for that.
For putting shaving cream on his. That's pretty light. That's not that bad.
Yeah, well, she had she had like a presentation that day or something, and she like freaked out and like brought me to the office, and she just like pointed to her butt, which was covered in shaving cream, and she just went, "Look what he did." And the woman at the desk was like, "What the hell's the matter with you?" And I was like, I didn't like it. I was like, that's kind of vague. I didn't like run up and like rub it on her ass or anything. But
you just shaving cream the chair?
Shaving cream the chair.
Sure.
And,
classic.
She didn't check her chair, even though it was April Fool's Day.
Oh, it was April Fool's Day?
Yeah.
Wow, she got on April Fool's Day? That's so embarrassing.
Well, just like if I'm in your homeroom and it's April Fool's Day, and you don't check your chair, that's kind of on you.
That's on you, bitch.
That's on you.
Did you do a lot of pranks?
Yeah, I did a good amount. Like
we already talked about trying to do Jackass on the last episode.
Yeah,
where you jumped off a seal or a roof or whatever and broke both your legs.
That was a good prank on myself. But man, college was. I think college. I like had some good ones.
Oh hell yeah!
I had this roommate in college. Jake Goldberg. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Jake.
Would always react to pranks so beautifully. Like there's this one time we were all meeting for dinner, and he like was showing up late, so we had the waitress swap out his chair for a children's high chair. and he shows up and he sees it, and he's like huffing and puffing, and he calls the waitress over, and he just goes, "Why would a baby be late to dinner?" And screams at the waitress, and we're like, "Do you think she did this on her own?" Like, we clearly put her up to it.
That's so fucking funny to try and be like, what is the logic here, lady?
Yeah.
Like, she thought it through, and she's like, oh, yeah, I got to get this for a baby. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then this other time we had like a fog machine in our living room, so he was on our front porch, so we like filled the place with fog, and then I lit a cigarette and blew it in the smoke detector, and we all ran outside. We're like, Jake, the house is on fire. And he was just like, holy shit. So he runs into the living room. He runs past the fog machine and just goes, "What is the fog machine doing on at a time like this?" And ran up to his room to get his laptop and shit. Like, didn't put it together at all. But shout out to Goldberg.
Shout out to Goldberg, man. Where'd you go to school?
Ithaca College is like upstate New York.
Did we talk about this? That's a plot point in which is it Road Trip?
Oh, Road Trip. So
yeah.
Road Trip had a fictional school called Ithaca University.
I see.
But yeah, shout out to Tom Green.
Horatio Sands putting
French
toast in his balls.
Yeah,
that's a classic.
That was good.
Couple of tits in there.
Yeah.
Stifler getting his ass fingered.
Oh fuck yeah,
That
that's
was
right.
Road Trip. I tried to put a candle up my ass after I saw Road Trip because they make it, the sound design on that movie make it sound like there's a fountain of cum that comes out of your dick if you press like the button in your ass. So I was doing some sus. Hey, no Diddy, folks. I was just a young boy. I was just 14 with a candle up my ass trying to find the button that makes you come fast. And honestly, it did not turn out too good. I did not have a good time with that.
Oh man. Yeah, I've only had a finger up my ass once, which was when I broke my legs. They had to check for internal bleeding, and the guy just stuck 2 fingers up my ass. Yeah, he went double digits.
So unnecessary. Did he spit on his fingers? He was like, he did middle and forefinger.
Dane Cook style.
He gave me the souffle.
Oh fuck!
He souffled you up the ass.
Souffled my ass.
Any internal bleeding there?
I didn't actually get an answer on that.
He just put his finger. I'm gonna guess no.
Yeah.
But that's awesome.
But yeah, that was just as painful as the breaking.
It's
of
breaking
the leg.
both legs. Yep. I'm open to if someone knows what they're because there was also the nurse in Road Trip seemed to really be into. She seemed to know where the colon was. Eldest, you've had your ass eaten, but never your ass penetrated. Is that correct?
I think I got a finger in there like one time, and it just wasn't great. I don't know, wasn't my thing. And then I had my asshole checked once at the doctor. That was a little smoother experience.
Yeah. Well, I've had the doctor check my asshole as well, and he, to his credit, used a nice amount of lube.
Yeah, you got
he really lubed you up nice.
That's good.
But still not 2 fingers. Yeah. It is crazy. He put 2 fingers up at, what were you, 16?
15.
15-year-old boy's ass.
Maybe he thought it'd be looser than it was. He was just kind of prejudging me. He was like, yeah, this boy's a freak. He jumped off a building. He probably got a loose ass. But
that's wild, man. You were molested at the doctor.
Yeah.
He was like, he knew you weren't going to do shit about it.
Yeah. Well, it was crazy because I did jump off a Catholic church, and like the priest did come out and was like, what the fuck happened here? He didn't say what the fuck, he did
tried to
like
suck your dick.
He's
like, how nice.
Can't run away. He did like say a prayer over me though, which was
and
like,
you're like, my legs, my legs are working. I saw a TikTok. Apparently, they keep making new saints.
Oh,
There's
yeah?
a kid who was a gamer that is now a saint.
The saint of Xbox. What is
I don't
he?
know. Well, he was a gamer, and he was also a really big he was a coder, and he made like websites about like all the new miracles.
Okay.
But listen to how you get you don't have to do the miracle. You don't have to be the one that's like, shooting an energy beam at an old lady and then she's like cured. He's credited with 2 miracles because somebody prayed to him and then they got cured of some disease or some shit. Which is
Okay.
like, I think he already died by the time they were he died of leukemia, R.I.P. to the boy in 2006. And apparently, he has a miracle. What was it, Eldest? What do we got here? So you have to have 2 miracles attributed to you.
Okay.
Which is hilarious. He was nicknamed God's influencer. That's awesome. What are his miracles? And just Control F miracle, man. What the fuck? I gotta tell you how to be a fucking producer. Of the second miracle, candidates normally need to have 2 miracles attributed to them before they can be canonized, which is so awesome.
Dude, so
They
we
don't say what it
we
was.
could become saints.
I think so.
Damn.
This is awesome podcasting. Well,
I don't know.
whatever. Not fuck him. R.I.P. He's a young boy that died of cancer.
Well, just a message to any listeners out there that may have a terminal illness. If you do happen to become cured, please
say,
attribute it to Stav so he
please
could
say that it was me.
Yeah.
So you were thinking of me when the cancer disappeared.
Yeah.
And then Stavvy's World as a podcast can become a saint, can be canonized in the Catholic
patron
Church.
saint of podcasting.
God
That's
damn.
pretty sick.
You know, and hopefully it's true. Hopefully that, he's in heaven, he's curing people. But I don't know, it just seems crazy that you get credit for someone getting cured of something.
Yeah.
Because they were praying because his mom was thinking about you or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, I've been praying for you, dude. So
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Is that why I feel so fucking powerful?
it might have something to do with it. So if you want to give me credit for that, that's one right there. Just need
That is
one
true,
more,
dude. Honestly, you could. Yeah, we'll say it was you. Did you? Was your family religious growing up or no?
A little bit. They did go to the Catholic church that I jumped off of, so it's a little awkward for them. Yeah.
And it sucks because you were doing it as a jackass thing, but if you were doing it as a devil thing, that'd be cool.
Oh shit!
You should have put little fucking wings on and been shit like that.
I didn't even think about that,
dude.
Yeah.
So the Catholic, yeah. So it's interesting because is your family they're just kind of, I'm guessing they're Italian, but in the way that you're not really going to Italy or speaking Italian, just kind of Buffalo. They're more from Buffalo than they are Italian.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We didn't have any Italian flag, Punisher logo,
Nice.
truck decals or anything. But my dad loves Sebastian Maniscalco. Watches Casino 6 times a year.
I'm with him, dude. There was a couple years of my life where if I just didn't know what to watch, I just threw Casino on.
It's so fucking good, man. Yeah, he would most of our texts to each other are just him being like, I rewatched Casino. I noticed something that I didn't catch the last 17 times I watched it. When Joe Pesci's talking about grass-fed veal while getting a blowjob in the car, there's a Chevy, and it's some fucking car that he noticed. And, cool.
That's a beautiful mind, man. The mind of the aging boomer, slightly ethnic father. I'm jealous, dude. Because your dad's just in a good, my dad, falling apart. Too foreign. Needed to be a little more. Needs to either go back to Greece to be with his people, or I don't even know. I don't know how he pulls it together. I really don't. But your dad got married. Are your parents still together?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No divorce. Who cares? They're just settling in. That's nice.
They genuinely still love each other and shit, which is good for them.
Good for them. That's
good for
cute.
them.
Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have a twin sister.
Twin.
And a younger sister.
Wow.
Here's the thing. I'm a twin and my wife is a triplet, so
whoa.
Yeah. So I'm just worried.
That's crazy.
So I'm worried if I ever have kids, I'm gonna have 5 right off the bat.
Triplet?
Yeah, she's a triplet.
Fraternal or
fraternal, yeah.
Okay. Was she an IVF? Was she a...
I think she might have been an IVF baby.
Okay, good. Nice, me too.
But, oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
But
I have triplets kind of crazy.
It is
because you get a lot of fraternal twins.
Yeah.
You don't really hear fraternal triplets.
No.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. There's not, I don't know how the fuck that worked. There's not enough
There's not enough
tits.
hands.
Right? Not enough hands, not enough tits.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Does she have is there are 2 of her siblings fatter than, is there a runt of the litter?
They're all in good shape.
Okay.
Her family is very health conscious, all in good shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're right. 3, you're right. Not enough tits.
Not enough tits.
that's when we went too far.
But yeah, I don't know how that fucking Octomom handled that shit,
She was probably a really good mom from what I could tell.
Yeah.
She seemed like a really good mom. There's fucking a pile of 8 kids and she's beating off on camera.
Yeah.
I'd be lying to you if I didn't say I checked out her big veiny tits when you could see them when she was putting them out there. I think she released a video of her beating off at some point.
Yeah, she did some. I
don't know if she did hardcore pornography.
I thought she did a full on.
No,
porn
not Kate
with
Gosselin, dude. Come on, Octomom. Ew. Don't make me think about Kate Gosselin.
Oh
dude.
yeah, no one wants to see that.
Ew, dude. Nadia Suleiman.
Yeah.
Octomom jerking off. Eldest type shit. Can we get
All
to
right,
the
let's pull
images?
it up.
Images, not video, for Christ's sake. You know, we're a fucking...
Man, now she must. Yeah, well, she
Yeah,
definitely
okay.
had a C-section, so it's
Who
probably,
knows?
She might still be.
That looks pretty cool. I would check that out.
Yeah.
What's Octomom up to these days, Eldest?
I mean, she should count as a saint. I mean, those kids are all miracles, so that's like, oh my.
That is true.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that big-ass stomach.
Yeah,
Damn, those poor kids. Those kids are fucked.
yeah, that's stomach. That's me on Thanksgiving right there.
Damn, dude. Twin sister. Now, is she... What's the power rankings of your siblings in your family?
My younger sister is top dog.
Number one with a bullet.
Number one. I might be number two. Honestly.
Oh, wow.
I might be number two.
Wow.
But you know, I think it changes year to year based
Sure.
on like who's.
But is
got
the
what.
younger one definitely always the top?
Yeah,
She's got her life figured out and shit.
she's got her life figured out.
How old? How much younger?
She's like 5 years younger.
Okay.
And
How old are you? 35?
34.
34. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, my twin sister's getting married this year, so she might edge me out.
She gets the marriage bump. You just
she gets
got
the
married. When did you get
like
married?
2 years ago.
Damn, that was 2 years ago. Huh?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
And
Time flies.
I don't regret it. I'm happy with my choice. Okay? Yeah.
But yeah, she probably gets a year of being the favorite.
Yeah, she gets.
You know, after, or at least knocks you down to number 3.
Yeah, we'll see how the wedding goes. I mean, like if the wedding is cringe in any
Dog
sort of way,
shit.
that's like, all right. I don't know. It does have the potential to have some cringe moments. I think.
Why? What do we got?
Let me see. Her fiance doesn't drink.
Oh,
but here's the thing.
gotta
you know
have the bar still though.
Oh, there's still
Oh
gonna
my
be a bar.
god. Okay.
Yeah. But you know how they do those like signature his and her cocktails?
Yes, sure.
So he doesn't drink, so his is gonna be lemonade.
Ooh.
And her signature cocktail is gonna be her favorite drink, which is raspberry vodka and Sprite.
Oh,
So
my god.
just
what?
on paper, it looks like a 8th grader's marrying a 9th grader.
Dude, that's literally little kids getting fucked up.
Yeah, yeah.
Like little kids getting fucked up is drinking that raspberry thing and then taking a lemonade as the fucking chaser.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how we fucking drank literally in 9th grade.
Oh my god.
That's fucking awesome.
Yes.
Why do the signature cocktail? You gotta let me consult
Yeah.
on the wedding, dude.
if
'Cause
you
I would
wanna-
say scrap the cocktails.
Yeah, I think like a lot of people do it these days. Yeah.
Gotta have an open bar.
Yeah. Open bar for sure.
Gotta have an open bar. And then, honestly, other than that, you can figure the rest out.
Yeah. I think like I mean, I've seen some wild speeches though where like I've been to a wedding where this dude was so fucking terrified to speak in public that he took like 3 or 4 Xanax and was also getting hammered on top of it. And then just got up and like truly was just mumbling and slurring his words so much you couldn't make anything
my
out. He had
God.
papers. He kept dropping the papers and picking them. He went on for
crazy.
like 10 fucking minutes and nobody stopped
dude,
him.
That
And,
sucks.
yeah.
That's brutal stuff.
Yeah. You seen any
Some-
cringe ass weddings?
Not wedding speeches, but we've talked about this before. We went to a funeral once
God.
where there was literally the most moving speech you've ever heard in your life, right? From like someone very close to the person who had passed, and everyone's like, dude, we're crying. We're like, this is the most beautiful fucking thing I've ever, like, I'm like, I believe in love. Like, me and Elders are there, it was a friend of ours. It was like someone close to a friend of ours. We're like fucking hug. Everyone like is like, holy shit, that was so beautiful. And it was like beautiful and cathartic. Like you felt like you were just ready to go and like celebrate this person's life now.
Yeah.
And then like everyone's like, sniffling. We're all like getting out of our chairs. And then like some lady who knew the person in college is like, I'd like to say something. And they're like, they were awesome. We just had so many good times. And everyone was just like pissed at this bitch. She just completely ruined the vibes. Like, it was incredible to think that you could follow. Well, I mean, it was one of the most moving experiences I've had as a human being, dude. Like, this speech. And then this lady was like, oh, man, we used to have such good times in college. And had no plan, thought she could wing it. And it was like, I still think about that constantly. I think about that is the most a human being has ever bombed, because it's one thing to bomb by being bad at something. It's another thing to just like try and follow something so beautiful and beloved and have no social awareness. Like, that's, even if you had prepared for weeks and you see that speech before you, you're like, you know what?
I'm good.
We've done everything we've needed to do. But that was the fucking craziest.
That is some fucking balls. I remember one of the craziest things I've seen is at my grandma's funeral, my uncle, who's like a born again Christian, he was like, I'm doing the eulogy.
Oh, God.
And so his eulogy, we were listening to it, and me and several other members of my family realized that he had just made up all these anecdotes to make my grandma seem like she was like super
religious?
Christian.
Oh,
he's like, like, one time we were on a family trip, and it was just me and her in the car, and everyone else. It was like all these instances where it was just
there
the
was
two
no
of
way
them.
to disprove him technically.
Yeah, he's like,
the other person was dead. The other witness was dead.
Everyone was wearing noise canceling headphones, listening to Slayer. So and he was like, he was like, and she like grabbed me by the wrist and said, you know why I'm going to go to heaven when I die? Because Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, as it says in chapter whatever verse. And it was like, my grandpa's like, I was married to that fucking woman. She didn't talk that way. She wasn't like quoting the Bible and shit. Like,
that's insane.
Yeah, fully
dude.
Insane. And like,
wow, your grandpa was still alive too. Like, it'd be one thing if every contemporary was dead and he was like, look, it's our word against each other, but your grandpa was still alive. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was fucked
Is he
up.
the only like born again member of the fam?
Yeah. He like got divorced, and instead of like drinking
cool.
like a
Instead of
normal
going
person,
Ben Affleck mode,
he just leaned into Jesus.
Oh, that is one of the worst ways to be a divorced guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Jesus, like, you don't even have like a rock bottom and then go to Jesus. You just go straight to Jesus.
Yeah, because it's like
loser. Loser.
Yeah.
Spend some money on whores.
Yeah.
Do some drugs.
At least try to get some rebound pussy. You know? Like,
yeah. Absolutely. I can't wait to be a divorced man. I know that's far away because I have to get married or even be in a relationship, but I'm gonna be a great divorced guy. I'll tell you that.
See that.
I'm gonna be an awesome divorced guy and an even better stepfather. Those are really you get old. Like when you get old enough, you're like, oh, I see where stepfathers come from. Because I'm like, pop in around 7, miss all that fucking diapers bullshit.
Oh yeah,
and just buy the kid better toys than his clearly poor father, his clearly piece of shit dad. Because otherwise, why would this lady be with me? You know what I mean? The guy's got to be bad, dude.
And there is something about just like you kind of the stepdad. You have a chance to kind of be like part dad, part cool older brother. You know what I mean? Where it's like, let me teach you some really. Your dad was a square. Let me.
Your dad was a fucking pussy.
We're gonna watch. We're gonna watch some of the CKY videos. We're gonna,
Yeah, it is the perfect nexus of dad and uncle, which is kind of perfect for me.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I love being an uncle, man. I take
how
it
many,
very seriously.
How many?
I got 3.
I love it.
And dude, that's why I don't want to have kids, because I'm trying to really just focus on being an uncle, dude.
How old are the kids how old are your nieces and nephews?
It's like 2, 1, and
nice.
a couple, a month basically.
Oh wow, damn fresh, bro.
And a 4th one on the way. So
that's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I'm ready. Eldest is the other uncle here.
Yeah, I got 2 nieces. It's fucking awesome. They're like 6 and 2 right now. And
6 is good.
Yeah, 6 is awesome.
That's true. At your wedding, it was crazy because like I had seen her as like a little ass baby, and then that's a fucking person. You're like, oh, This kid is like shares Eldis's DNA. It's like
I know she's a full ass kid. She can talk. She's like going to first grade, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, God damn, she's not a baby anymore.
I know. I mean, even babies when they start talking.
Yeah.
Like our friend had a baby, and this little motherfucker started cursing for the first time.
Oh, nice.
He was screaming "God damn it" over and over again. He was like, "God damn it," in like that weird little baby voice. God damn it. That's like kind of gay, kind of foreign. God damn it. He just wouldn't stop saying "God damn it." It's awesome when a baby gets a hold of a curse word.
Oh man, yeah, I can't wait to teach my little nephew his first curse. I think like cunt is starting to become more socially acceptable.
Cunt's coming back around.
Cunt's coming back around.
It's European.
Yeah. It's having a moment right now.
It was like a thing that you used to be a real badass for saying it. It was like in the Opie and Anthony days.
Yeah.
The only people saying it were like Jim Norton and Patrice O'Neill.
Yeah.
You know, like Bill Burr would say cunt a lot. And it was like half British, half misogynist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like, and now I do feel like, well, another thing that I really like is that that's a thing, and maybe I'll put this in a bit that I'm working on, but it's like, words just come around to the point where stop complaining about, obviously complain about cancel culture is like the fucking most loser shit ever, but okay, some words will go away, but you get to say some words.
Yeah.
Like queer, gay guys call each other, like that's the preferred term now.
Yeah.
So even though in your head you're being mean to them, you're like, what's up, you fucking queer? That's what you're supposed to say. Same thing with cunt. Cunt is like that. Where girls now, like now it's a half British thing, but it's also the way everything goes, where it's like you steal from black trans women, then black gay guys, then white women, and then it just like
trickles
gay
down.
white, and then it's like gay white men, and then it just like comes into whatever.
Then we get a hold of it.
And then now I got my mitts around cunt. But that's cunt. Telling a woman, she's like, oh, how do you look? Cunt. That means you look awesome now.
Yeah.
So look, if you want to stay where you are, just stay. Like you don't have to change what you think. You're like, wow, you're looking very cunty today, Meg.
That's
you know what I mean?
That's why I feel like, maybe in like 10 years, I think like January 6th is going to be reviewed as like an awesome, cool ass event.
It is hilarious. I mean, that's the thing. Up until they do kill people, it's hilarious.
I mean, we're all kind of like one event away from doing that ourselves. Like,
absolutely.
If the Ravens won the Super Bowl, you would be dick out pissing on Pelosi's
Do you understand?
desk.
Absolutely, yes, 100%. If there was like if everyone was getting together and it's like, and by the way, it sounds pretty fun to me. Trashing the Capitol.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not trying to put Trump in office illegally. You know what I mean? That's the big difference. But if you're like, let's go fuck with politicians. Yeah, let's fucking do it. Like, that is, as long as those guys did, and no one, I mean, I guess they killed one.
Ashley Babbitt got sniped.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Only way I know her name is because she was my celebrity hall pass for about 12 hours until it was revealed that she had ultimately perished. But I was like,
there was one guy military personnel, of course. Her family files $30 million lawsuit over January 6th. That's awesome.
30 mil, that's not bad.
Yeah. How many people? But yeah, anyway, as long as no one, almost 10 dead. Yeah, it is funny, though. You got to admit.
Yeah. And it must have been so like, while they were doing it, they must have been like,
having a blast.
This is the most fun I've ever fucking
They were
had.
having a blast, and they literally, for at least like 30 minutes, thought they were starting a revolution. Like, that's got to be an incredible feeling. Yeah. Like, imagine if we were like with our friends, and we thought like we did a march, and then like people were going to get like universal health care. There was going to be like child care, rent control. Mm-hmm. And if we're just, for 30 minutes, we're with all our boys and we think that's happening, and we get to fucking piss on Nancy Pelosi's desk, that would feel awesome.
Yeah.
Up until, you're getting arrested. Somebody fucking shoots one of your friends in the head. Yeah, that is the hard part, is that it will be funny up until we're literally in jail. Like, Trump is hilarious if he gets elected, which, if I was a betting man, it's not looking. I mean, we got Kamala in the dirty grandpa makeup. That's the only thing we got. But like, it really feels like Trump's gonna win again.
Yeah, lightning ain't gonna strike twice for the Biden.
for fucking Thunder Joe Biden. And then it's like, what if he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna still be president. It might work. It might work. It might not. Hopefully, it might not. But we are in a zone where it wouldn't really surprise me if that worked.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all it takes is one guy fucking up the status quo, and then it's like, who's to say what happens there? Once you fuck up the way things work, it's like, who fucking knows?
Yeah, January 6th was like already close enough.
It was a little close.
It's like if
it
they
is
were
funny.
a little more organized and like were willing to like kill more people or something.
Nah, but see, that's the other thing. We think that, but I bet you if they really killed people, then we would kind of have another cycle of like libs taking over, and then we'd have like Super Trump in like 40 years. Like we'd have like a black lesbian president that's going to be Obama, and then we have a really racist. It would at least shove things back 30 years. But anyway, who knows? This has turned into the politics corner.
Yeah.
Why don't we take some calls, Eldest? What do you say? Some beautiful calls, and go watch, of course, folks. Go watch the fucking special. It's out now. For the boys, if there was ever a concept we can get behind, it's something for the boys.
Just trying to shape our future.
Our beautiful youth.
Yeah.
We really should have
Hello,
talked about that more instead of talking about literally
nothing.
nothing.
How are you guys? Stav,
Did it come through?
Play pussy.
eldest esteemed guest, how are you guys? I'm calling because I am planning on proposing to my girlfriend this upcoming August. Ask her to marry me. My whole plan was to we're going on a trip to Yellowstone at that time, and I was going to ask her there. Now, when I was designing the ring, I asked one of who I thought was very close some ideas on what she likes, what she doesn't like, all that fun stuff. And what she told me, went to my jeweler, got it designed, and then just a random conversation at dinner with my family, she basically revealed that everything the girl said was completely not true.
Oh.
I already had the ring designed and made. I had to spend another extra couple $1,000s to completely redo the ring with the same diamond. As a whole fiasco. So now the friend is telling me that my girlfriend, for some reason out of nowhere, keeps telling her friends that she has an idea that I'm going to propose at Yellowstone. I'd rather it be a surprise. So my question is, should I trust this friend who is wrong in the past, completely wrong, and take her word for it and think that my girlfriend knows what's up and ask her at a different time and surprise her? Or should I just continue ahead as planned and ask her at Yellowstone? Let me know. Thanks.
This is interesting. Just from our limited information, I don't trust this friend. I feel like this friend is setting you up. I feel like the friend is a fucking jealous hater.
Not only that, it's like if she's really the one, she's gonna like whatever ring you get her.
Yep.
Also, I think
it's a Kevin Costner Yellowstone ring.
Okay,
It was like put a big cowboy hat on it, make the diamond look like Kevin Costner's face. It's more Yellowstone the show, and he's just taking her there. That's what the friend told him.
okay. She wanted more of a Kevin Costner Waterworld type.
Yeah, she's much more of a Waterworld girl.
Well, here's what I think. I think, like, you could still surprise her when you propose. Stick to the plan. Don't try to mess with the plan. You can still surprise her with how you do it, though.
Sure.
I think right before you propose, you handcuff yourself to her, and you reveal the ring, but then you swallow it along with the key to the handcuffs. So if she's really the one, this is going to be the test.
Yep.
She will have to dig through your shit with you to find the ring and the key.
It's going to take a while, too. You're just going to be handcuffed, and you're going to have to eat a lot of fiber that day, a lot of water. Make sure it's going to probably take about, 4 or 5 hours at the earliest for that to come through.
I think 24, man. I think
you think a full 24?
I think when you swallow something, It takes like 24 hours.
Okay, so you're gonna have to check your every shit you take for 24 hours, and that is beautiful and that is romantic. Wow, the friend does sound like an op here.
Yeah.
How did you guys go about this? What did you do ring wise?
I got a dead grandma ring,
Nice,
so
dude.
saved a couple bucks there.
Nothing wrong with that, brother.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, Eldest. You got a nice one.
I got a nice one. I just, I don't know. I put my head down and really thought about, what would she like? The stone, like, I was
Stunting.
I was reading around and people were like, oh yeah, ask the friend. Some couples like ask each other, like just ask the woman before you do it. I was like, that's also weird to me. I'm gonna be like intentional with this, and
It's all on me, all on your shoulders.
yeah. And I guess my wife is like kind of like she would have loved anything I got her, but
For sure.
it's like this.
She's married to you. The woman knows how to make do with whatever life throws her way.
But I was like, I was like, I just want to figure this out myself, and then that just feels good and
Nice.
surprising, and not asking anyone what they think about it.
You rose to the occasion. You crushed it with the ring, and you have blown maybe half the presents you've gotten her. So
There were a lot of gift cards.
a
In the
lot of
beginning.
gift cards, a lot of fucking Madewell gift cards going his wife's way. This fucking guy. So I'm actually shocked to hear that because you did such a great job on the ring. I assumed you asked every one of her friends, but good for you, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the friend sounds like an op to me, and I can't prove it. But I would say fuck what this girl has to say. She blew it on the ring. She doesn't want you to be happy. In fact, you know what I would do? I would float some counterintelligence to her and tell her you're like, whoa, thank you so much. I'm actually going to do it when we get back from Yellowstone or something, or like float. And that way you can just see. And that way it's like if your fiance or, soon to be hopefully fiance, is like not as prepared for it, then I would say either ignore everything this girl says or try and float some misinformation, smoke screen, and be like, oh yeah, I'm not doing it at Yellowstone.
Yeah, because I could see the friend being like a dumb bitch who's like talking to this girl and being like, "Oh, do you think he'll propose at Yellowstone?
You should get your nails done before Yellowstone. Oh yeah, you should get your nails done. No, not for any reason. Just the dumbest, thinking she's fucking James Bond levels of subtle, and meanwhile just completely telegraphing everything. So yeah, dude, you're good. Plant some misinformation and just go ahead with it.
Yeah, don't let this friend end up being the maid of honor though. Otherwise, you're gonna end up fucking dealing with this.
She sounds so annoying. And again, this is nothing off vibes, nothing but vibes. But to be completely wrong about the ring. Also, this is his fault too, though, because you can't immediately take one girl's word for it.
Yeah.
This could just be him misreading. He could have gone to the wrong friend because that definitely happens.
Yeah.
There are friends, everybody's, like there are people to ask. Certain people that you get the right read from. He might just be bad at reading who his girl's friends are, to be honest with you.
That's true.
Because, there's definitely, every friend group has a fucking idiot in it. And maybe he went to that one. Who knows? But, yeah, dude, congratulations.
Stick to your plan, brother.
Stick to the
It's
plan.
just you and her in the eyes of God.
At the end of the day, you, her, and the Lord. Only the Lord will be watching you getting a hand job with that fresh diamond on.
Just if you see any wild buffalo out there, just don't approach. Just don't approach them. I keep seeing videos of people getting too close to buffalo and just getting flipped like 9 feet in the air. So that might kind of kill the vibe.
I agree with that. Do not do that.
Hey, Stavvy, guests, eldest. I've been rolling this around in my mind for several weeks now and decided to shoot my shot and just ask for some advice.
Okay.
And I'm going to preface this by saying it's going to sound like a lot of unbelievable circumstances, but there's a caveat at the end.
Okay.
And Stavvy, I think you're the perfect man to answer this question.
Let's see.
So I have a partner. We've been seeing each other for about a year, and we have an open relationship where she's okay with me going out with other girls, but she's not interested in going out with other guys. And she's bi, and which is great because I'm, totally down for that sort of setup.
Yeah, you don't
And we
say.
also live together, and
Sounds cool,
trust
man.
isn't an issue. So I don't have any, I don't think she's going out with any other guys. No problem at all there. The issue is that recently she's told me that she's a little uncomfortable if I raw dog when I'm with another girl.
Of course.
So, what should I do? I mean,
What?
using a condom
Are
after...
you? No, this guy,
you-
Eldest, come on, man. This guy can't be for real. Is there more that I'm missing? Should I finish?
Let's hear it out, yeah.
My girlfriend lets me fuck other girls, but I have to use a condom. What should I do? All right, let's finish this.
What should I do? I mean, using a condom after, years of not using one, that's a fate worse than death, I think.
You've been fucking
And,
random bitches without a condom?
Yeah. What do you
That's
think?
crazy.
We've had threesomes together before, and the condom wasn't an issue in the threesomes unless a girl in the threesome requested that I use it.
Yeah.
But usually didn't have
What?
any issue there. It's only when it's with girls that I'm out on my own with. And I'm usually pretty safe, make sure they don't have any
Oh, yeah.
diseases or anything.
Oh, you
but,
do a fucking
yeah,
blood
let me know
panel
what you
right
think.
then and there.
Thanks.
Eldest, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, there was so much more to that I needed to hear out. Get the fuck out of here. This guy, what's the question? My girlfriend lets me fuck other girls, but I have to use a condom? Yeah, okay, use the condom. What the fuck?
Yeah.
This is insane.
Sounds like
0
you have-
out of 10 screening by Eldest. Where is Eldest? What did you think was gonna happen when I was gonna be like, yeah, what should
I mean,
you
it
do?
sounds like she has been letting him fuck raw for
She's
long
a fucking
time.
idiot. You're also an idiot. You fuck strangers raw. I mean, look, it's one thing if you have an open thing and you get to know the person and whatever. After you've built up some trust, whatever. But still, you're in an open relationship. You don't want to yeah, of course you. So you meet a fucking complete stranger. You don't want to wear a condom one time? That's fucking crazy, dude. Especially when you think about you have a girl at home that it's like I'm being kind of safe. I make sure they don't have diseases. It's like, dude, your girlfriend lets you fuck other women. First of all, your girlfriend has the lowest self-esteem of anyone I've ever heard of in my life. That's the number one thing we can diagnose here. The fact that she's like, geez, I'd really rather you start wearing condoms when you fuck other women. You're a fucking spoiled idiot. You gotta wear a condom. I mean, this is not even a question.
Yeah, man. They even got cool condoms now that make your dick tingle, like the Trojan Fire and Ice. So
Yep.
think about that.
Yeah. And listen, they got believe me, I use the thinnest condoms allowed by law. I'm not saying you gotta wear, whatever. Get the fucking no free plugs. But condom companies, holler at me. But yeah, dude, I mean, there's no question here. There's no question whatsoever
Your life
here.
sounds pretty fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
You're killing it. Just
can't.
wrap it up.
What a fucking idiot. This guy is going to look, when this relationship inevitably fails, he's going to look back. This is the peak of your life. I want that to be really clear right now. Wow. It's fucking awesome. And his tone is kind of like, can you believe this fucking bitch? When we have threesomes, I don't have to wear a condom unless the girl asks. Oh, now all of a sudden, now you're Mrs. Condoms when I gotta wear the fucking condoms when I fuck other whores. Hypocrite. Anyway. Insane. An insane question.
Yeah.
Hello, Stav. I'm Dave. I'm an
Hey,
attorney
Dave.
in Kentucky. My firm is very old school. All the attorneys are men, and all our staff are women, kind of like Mad Men, minus the sexual harassment. I'm the youngest attorney by far. You and I were actually born on the same day,
Oh.
according to your Wikipedia.
February 11th.
Anyway,
89.
our senior partner is in his late 70s. He's kind of the big swinging dick at the firm. When the men's bathroom is occupied, he just helps himself to the women's bathroom. He apparently does this all the time, and our staff, which again is all women, have asked me to confront him about it.
That's not.
Now,
that's kind of crazy.
I expect a significant promotion sooner than later, and this partner is in charge of that, so I don't want to get on his bad side, but I also want to respect our staff's concerns and not look like a pussy to them. So, I know you're not that experienced in working in an office, but I listen to the show, and you often have good insight even on things you're not familiar with. So how do you think I should handle this? Thanks, man. Love the show.
I think here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you wanna appeal to all parties here, let this guy shit in your office. Get a nice little commode going in there.
Yep.
Just be like, hey man, you got to take a dump. I'll clear out. You take your time.
You're like the king's chamber servant. That was often one of the highest positions in court.
Yeah.
Because you got one-on-one time with the king. Now, yes, you were holding a bucket he was shitting into, but that's valuable time to chat with the highest member of this office. That's I don't think you even need to clear out. I think you need to tend to his shitting. You need to be there. You need to look after him. You need to talk to him about it. That's a great way to go about this. Now, the other thing that I would think about here, why, I guess the staff have asked you because you're the youngest one, or like they know, like, I don't understand why this is your problem. You're clearly like didn't he say he's new at the firm or something?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, he's my age. If he's literally my age, if you're 35 in a firm, you're probably relatively, all the attorney. Well, I guess he doesn't say. Yeah. He says he's the youngest by far.
Yeah.
So if you're the youngest by far, you're how is this your problem? Even if you like the staff, it's like, what I would do honestly is like you don't want to be a pussy around them is hilarious, but it's like, look, I'm not telling the boss of all bosses that he can't do this thing he's been doing since the fucking 80s.
Yeah.
So what I would say is this is just classic kick it up the chain of command stuff, where it's like, do you have an older guy at the firm? Who's the most senior guy at the firm you feel comfortable enough with to be like, hey, the women in this office are kind of, they don't really enjoy the fact that fucking Jim comes, a man who I'm guessing hasn't had a fucking vegetable, hasn't had fiber since fucking Reagan was in office. He's taking his ribeye Kentucky shits. He's taking his fucking ribeye and bourbon shits. He's splattering the women's fucking, every women's bowl is fucking
Jackson Pollock.
Yeah, he's in there with the Jackson Pollock every fucking day. Like, I think that's your move here. You're gonna have to look compromised. The good compromise, no one comes out happy. You're gonna look a little bit like a pussy, and you're not gonna fully confront this big dick boss.
Do you feel like this is something that should like come from one of the women's staffers and not like one of the men's staffers? Because I don't know, it's the women's bathroom, and I could see what he's saying about looking like a pussy, especially to like 70-year-old lawyer in fucking Kentucky. Like, he'll probably think he's a bitch, but if it's coming from one of the women, he'd be like, all right, I'll stop shitting in the women's bathroom.
I agree with you, but my thing is that we don't understand the dynamics of this office. It seems a little fucking, like, the fact that they're even asking him to say it, like, I would have imagined, right, in an office like this, there is the lady who's been there forever. It's kind of like Joan from Mad Men, where it's like, yes, she doesn't have technically the power of the bosses, but she's actually running shit in a way. Doesn't feel like they have that type of person, right? Or maybe she's so old school that she's like, Don can do whatever the fuck he wants, you fucking uppity whores. Yeah. We used to have to suck their dicks. You're lucky. All you have to do is wipe some of his shit off the bowl before you fucking change your tampons, you whores. That, there might be that might be going on. I don't know. So
also, in this guy's defense, have you ever taken a shit in the women's restroom?
It's awesome.
It's so much nicer.
Clean. It smells good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking great, dude.
I had this buddy in high school who
especially professional. I'll say that about a professional women's bathroom.
Yeah.
A woman's public restroom is actually somehow worse.
Okay.
Yeah, they're fucking atrocious.
Worse. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Didn't
If
know
it's like
that.
a high traffic area, but if it's like a place where women are sort of like, if it's a business where it's like the same women over and over again, you know,
They take a little pride in it.
I think they take a little more pride in it, certainly.
Okay.
Certainly than I or any of us would in the men's bathroom.
Yeah, I had this buddy in high school who like he would do this thing. It was really so impressive where he would like come up to you in the middle of class and be like, "Hey dude, when you get a chance, go check out blank." And like whatever location he would tell you, there'd just be like a perfect piece of shit there, like truly like beautiful. And it was kind of like Banksy, where it was like, how did he do this without anyone seeing? It's like, but it would be different locations each time. Like one time it was like the water fountain. One time it was like that little slot in the vending machine.
Oh, wow.
And then another time, like he did it on the floor in the girls' bathroom.
Wow,
And,
respect.
he said that was the riskiest one for sure.
Of course. Good for him.
Yeah.
What's he up to now?
He just followed me on Instagram a couple days ago, actually. Trevor Smith, shout out to him.
Shout out to Trev.
Yeah.
Shout out to him and David Goldberg.
Yeah, I got in trouble with his parents once because we accidentally taped over his little sister's kindergarten graduation with me skateboarding off of his garage. His parents were
That's
pissed.
awesome because it's you. Like, it is physically you.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be like, that wasn't me. Yeah. It's you. It's like if you had taped over it with, like, Shrek or something, you could deny it, but it was fucking your dumbass.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Whatever, dude. Fuck the kindergarten recital.
No one's ever going to rewatch that, you know?
No. How did they even find out?
Well, that's what he was like. Well, I went to rewatch our
rewatch
daughter's
it.
kindergarten graduation, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry.
Well, whatever. Fuck it. Your son shits everywhere.
I wasn't holding the camera.
Yeah.
He didn't, you know.
I was
like, I'm
fucking
not
doing sick tricks.
Yeah. I didn't know what was on the tape. You can't blame me for
Can't blame me. Fuck his parents. Fuck Trevor Smith's family. What else we got, Eldest? But yeah, I think that's a good answer to this, guys. Like, you got to kick this up. This is not, you're the low man on the totem pole. You don't need to fucking handle this. And also, by the way, the guy's not going to, I guess we need to know a little bit about the relationship. Sometimes the young whippersnapper can be the guy, but it's like, do you want to use your clout to stop him from shitting in the woman's bathroom?
that.
I don't know.
You're going to want to save that for something that, like...
Also, you know what I will say? This is a weirdly... It's semi-progressive of this guy. He's essentially... You want the big brain move? Everything's gender neutral now. And now we're actually more progressive. That's what's funny. I bet this guy does not... I bet this big boss... I don't know how he felt about trans bathroom laws. I'm gonna guess maybe not. He wasn't that big a fan, but he's doing exactly what they think trans people are doing by just being a straight cis man taking advantage of a women's space.
You could pitch it as a progressive HR policy.
That's 10D chess right there. All right, what else we got? No transcription. Okay. I'll allow it, Eldest. This better be good.
Hey, Stavvy. Love the show. Big fan. I need your insight. I need your
Give me some volume.
Greek wisdom with my partner. So our relationship is pretty good. We live together. There's a lot of love, but we will definitely butt heads pretty strong sometimes, and that's what I'm trying to avoid by calling in.
Okay.
So for context, we live in a tiny, tiny city where we both grew up here. I moved back about 2 years ago, in part for him, after living abroad for like 10 years. So my dating history here is pretty much non-existent, but for him, it's like people from all throughout stages in his life, like crushes, dates, hookups, everyone, a lot of them still here. And recently, we've just kept running into them at events, or they will come up in conversation. And the thing is the only reason I even know that there's a history is because he just tells me. Like, he'll say, oh, yeah, that girl, she used to hit on me pretty hard. or like the last girl before you, she hates you because we're dating, or girls don't respect relationships, you should see my DMs. And then there's other moments where it's just like, I say I'm going to start doing Pilates, and he'll say, oh yeah, you should go. Girls who do Pilates have fat asses.
What?
I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to respond to any of that? Like, what makes you feel the need to share this information? And so it's not all at once. It's more subtle. It's like little comments here and there, but
Sounds
it's regular
really
enough
subtle
that
so
it
far.
definitely, it gets to me. And we used to have an issue where he was liking lots of thirst traps, and I was like, bro, this is disrespectful. And he was like, okay, but like who? Like, give me the names, I can explain.
What?
And for me, it's not that. It's that's a principle. So in this situation, I don't want all the fucking back history of who is who, because it just makes me go insane to have all this information in my brain. I just want him to understand that it makes me uncomfortable, and I'm not trying to be controlling of what he can and can't do, because that's just not cool for him. It's also not cool for me to have to do that. So anyways, appreciate it. Appreciate you guys helping a girl out. You can run this on the Patreon because
Nice.
I pay for his expensive gym membership, and in exchange, he got me your subscription. So
Okay.
excited
You're
to
getting
hear
fucked on that
my
deal, baby
response.
girl.
Please help a girl
A
out.
year's $60.
You know, until the end there, I was thinking he was a bad guy, but any guy that gets his girl,
You know,
off-
that's true. Well, here's the thing. Unless if he's only doing $5 a month, he's a bad guy. But if we get up that to maybe the Albanian supremacy level, or a $10 a month, or whatever bullshit we have, if somebody just wants to give us $20 a month, we'll take it. Okay. Now that I know she's a patron, I'm gonna really dig in and give her some good advice. Yeah. This is kind of why. I wonder how old she is. She said she was abroad for 10 years. She sounds kind of young, but who knows? But even that, abroad for 10 years could mean went to school and stayed there.
Yeah.
She could be in her, mid-20s. Who knows? Whatever. 30s, whatever. I don't know if she said. The guy's behavior certainly feels like a young person's behavior, doesn't it?
yeah.
Like, that's insane. Like, as a 35-year-old, well, first of all, so many people that you've dated just don't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Where it's like you could, with enough time, it almost is like a funny, like, oh, yeah, I did date her fucking 12 years ago. Who cares, right?
Yeah.
This is all this feels very, like, recent. It feels very, and look, it could just be that he's kind of a young dumbass.
Yeah.
Age would really help us here, I think. But
I don't know if it's coming from a place of like insecurity or he's just trying to flex for some reason.
yeah, it's a bit of flexing. And I wonder, one thing I am very curious about is, does he show, because he could just be this type of person, right?
Yeah.
Like, he could be the kind of guy where if you, and she said she lived abroad, or a friend here, so it's like, if he's like, oh yeah, I went to he's like, oh, I checked, Belgium looks cool. And she's like, oh, Belgium, I remember spring break. I was sucking so much uncircumcised cock. It waffles in, cock out. It was nothing but, ooh, what a great spring break, 2019, whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
It'd be funny if that's kind of an interesting test. How does she doesn't really mention him showing signs of jealousy.
Yeah.
Somebody that behaves like this and then is really jealous, that's a humongous red flag.
Yeah.
But somebody that behaves like this, and then if you're fucking liking, Chris Hemsworth pics and being like, I want that fucking Australian dick, Zaddy, and if he doesn't care, then there's a possibility that he's just kind of like this,
Yeah.
right?
Fight fire with fire. Try,
I don't know
try
if-
that out.
But I'm hesitant about that because in my experience, that's usually not how it goes, but it could be. Now, either way, clearly this bothers her, right? And I hate to fucking go back I kind of want more information on him, because if he's the jealous type, it's almost like, I don't know, liking a bunch of thirst traps is also weird in a relationship.
Yeah.
It's weird behavior.
It's so easy to look at a photo and not
And be like
it.
nice. and be like nice tits in your head.
Yeah.
And even jack off to it, right? But liking it is such bizarre behavior.
Yeah.
Like it's borderline weird when you're single. Like it's like, what is Emily Ratajkowski gonna fuck you? But also, if he's liking thirst traps of women he knows, that's a humongous red flag.
Yeah.
That's just flirting. That is just, it's the lowest level of flirting. It's the lowest level of like, it's cowardly flirting.
Yeah.
But if that's what he's doing out in the open, what's he doing hidden? So if there's celebrities, that's one thing. But there's enough incidental but no smoking gun evidence here where I'm like, I err on the side of this guy might just be a fucking idiot. But I don't know. She moved here for him. I don't want to, with the information I have, I'm a little skeptical about this relationship, right?
Yeah.
But I also, that's not fair. I don't know enough about it. This could just be an issue that you have to discuss and be like, hey, I'm not the kind of person who likes hearing about this kind of stuff, which is valid. Like, you know,
she doesn't even sound jealous.
she doesn't.
Yeah, like
she
she's
doesn't.
just like annoyed by it. I mean, the weird thing for me is like it's one thing to talk about a former relationship to your partner, but to talk to like just run into someone and be like, "Hey, I hooked up with that girl
I
once."
fucked
That's
her
like,
pussy.
That's like a little extra.
It's
like,
weird.
You don't need to.
That's what you do when you run into someone with your boys.
Yeah.
Like the fact that that's kind of what this is. His etiquette is kind of like how you talk to your boys about girls you fucked, which is a sacred thing. It's fun. That's how pussy of old lives on in our memories. It's like me and Eldest are out in a park and someone comes up to me. I'm like, dude, she sucked me off after she's far
Out of
enough away.
earshot.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just that moment, and then El's like mad at me because I get more pussy than him. But then he remembers he has a beautiful, fulfilling relationship, and that he's actually ultimately going to be much happier than me. But I have that 15 seconds where I have that over him, and he has the rest of our lives, and that's beautiful. And we all make trade-offs in this life, folks, and he's trying to live in those 15 seconds with his girl. That's insanity. That's fucking crazy. So even though this was a long 3-minute voicemail, it's like, I'm just I don't have enough information, but throwing what we have into the AI Stavros extrapolation chamber, he sounds like kind of a fucking idiot, this guy.
Yeah.
And best case, he's just kind of an immature idiot. Worst case, he's cheating on you. Like that's really the range of outcomes here. And look, if he's an immature idiot, you could be like, please stop, and maybe he matures, and again, that's why age, I would have loved to know the age of these people
And how big's his hog, too?
and how big is that fucking
I feel like he's got a big hog, just based on what little information we have.
he's got a nice piece.
Big
That's
hog,
true.
dumb as fuck.
She left Europe to live with him in some shitty small town where he's fucked half the girls. That cock must be hitting the back walls.
He's got a
And if it's
porchetta hanging
not,
between
get
his
out of
legs.
there. If this guy don't have a fucking piece on him and he's behaving like this,
Yeah.
get out, sister.
This is not small dick behavior.
And by the way, I know it's a little thing. I know I was joking, but the fact that the trade-off is you get him an expensive gym membership and he gets you $60 a year worth of entertainment, is that indicative of your guys' relationship? That's what this feels a little like a classic type of relationship that certain women get into, and it happens with men too. Don't get me wrong, where it's like, I feel like it does happen with young women before, like young women, like women who either like grew up in a good household where they don't know that men are pieces of shit, or grew up in such a bad household that they seek out.
Yes.
That where it's like your first relationship, you go way over the top for this person. And then you realize like, oh, my needs weren't being met at all. And I mean, it does happen with men too. Don't get me wrong. Actually, how many times has a fucking guy just really looked after an insane woman with incredible pussy who's ruining his life?
More times than we could ever count.
Yeah, so it happens both ways. But you just might be in that situation. I don't know. It just feels, with the information I have, I think you need to go on a little bit of more of a fact-finding mission on, are your needs being met in this relationship? truly. And we maybe even call, if you want to call in potentially, and we can do a full. We are doing some live calls. You can even text her. When did she hit? It's been a while since she hit us up.
Yeah, it's been a little over a month.
And this won't come out. Well, actually, this one will come out relatively soon.
Yeah.
But you know, you could text her and be like, if you'd like, we'd like to get a little more information.
Yeah. Next time he does this shit though, I agree. Like, just be like, "Oh, you fucked her? Fuck yeah, bro. What was that? What was it like? Let me smell those hands."
Did you make her come?
Yeah. Did you make?
And then be like, I got my ass fucked in fucking Dubai or wherever the fuck you were living abroad. I would just do a little. I don't know. There's just too much. I just sense a general dissatisfaction from her. I sense a lot of sighing in this relationship. The percentages of sighing is a lot of like.
Yeah.
Anyway, so take a good deep look, sister. How's this? I hate to diagnose your problem this way, but like I said, best case, immature, kind of a dumbass. Worst case, potentially a cheater. And if he's an immature dumbass, have the conversation with him. Be like, you don't gotta tell me.
I think for her it's so tough. The conversation is tough because like she legit does not sound jealous, but there's no way you could like bring that up without sounding like jealous or something. If you're the guy,
even if you sound jealous, who cares? What you're saying is because it's fine. Honestly, I don't think that's a ridiculous thing to be jealous about. Like to be like, hey, hearing stories about people you used to fuck sparks some jealousy in me that I don't like about myself. And I just don't think I'm not personally interested in hearing about that.
Yeah.
It's honestly like anything else. If he was fucking talking to her about his fucking club hockey team and she's like, I don't give a fuck about that. You know what I mean? Like, unless it's like something important to him. Anyway, we've spent too much time on this already. You get the gist, baby girl. You've been listening to the pod.
What's up, Stav? What's up, Aldis? And yes, I'm a 24-year-old teacher.
Nice.
I'm a lot younger than all the other teachers in my school. So it's been pretty cool because like the students seem to like me. They seem to connect with me really well, and like that's a good thing. But recently, it's been a little too much. Where like they start to reach out to me on social media, like they're trying to friend me on Facebook, and they're trying to figure out my Discord. They found my B-Reel too, so they're trying to add me on B-Reel. Anyway, so like they're cool students, and I want to be cool, but I also kind of want to draw a line between like I'm also a teacher.
Yeah.
So how do I draw that line of professionalism and act a little bit more like an adult? All right, thanks, Stav. Love you guys. Bye.
That's awesome. I mean, don't add them on fucking Facebook. the fuck are we talking about here? I was figuring like if I snap them, no filters, just my real face. Yeah, dude. I mean, you're already.
Yeah.
Now look,
recipe for disaster.
Yeah. And goes without saying, don't fuck any of the kids. Let's just start there.
If you do that, you could get fired. So
we gotta keep you employed, man. I think, and look, there's also the fact that it's been so long since we've been in school. Maybe kids are just so online that like having some kind of online relationship with them, there is some normalcy to it. But my knee-jerk reaction is that the line is exactly there. The line is exactly, because like even before social media, it's like, and I know you were less, you'd have to call someone or emails. Like, how about this? Email seems like a reasonable, like if anybody wants to get in touch with you, maybe they can email you. You know what I mean? But I think all social media, I mean, we were growing up just as social media sort of started to be a thing. And, or even like, I just had, being younger and just knowing people that were in school, even when you were in college, even in college, where it's like college social media was taking off. And I feel like professors made it a point to not be accessible there. And I think the reality is you cannot you're young, you just started teaching, it sounds like. You need to understand that, like, you cannot have a digital footprint these kids can find.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to use social media less. You're going to have to be private on everything. You're going to have to just, like, to me, that's the line. And if you want to have some kind of online relationship outside of school with them, I think keep it something professional like email. And let it be clear that when they are emailing you, they're emailing their teacher. They're not emailing their buddy fucking Dan or whatever the fuck. Sorry, Dan.
Yes. It's a common name. And just to be clear, I would never be a teacher. Never.
Yeah, no, it seems fucking crazy and a lot of work. But, yeah, that's what I would say. Is like, you just cannot.
Make your shit private because they will find stuff to use against you. I mean, I know you're the cool teacher, but...
Yeah, that changes quick, brother. Yeah. Changes fast.
If anything, like, you can, if they like try to add you after like they graduate high school or something, like that's when you can be like, okay, sure, whatever, this is harmless, as long as you're like,
I don't even know about that.
No?
Yeah.
18, dude, as soon as they graduate, that's kind of fucking weird still.
Not 18, but down the line, I don't know. I can think of like teachers from high school that I'm friends with on Facebook now that it's just like, yeah, whatever.
But did you fucking add them the day you graduated?
Yeah. The day you turned 18.
Yeah. The day you turn 18, you get a fucking couple requests.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. The moment they turn 18, you want to send a singing telegram to their home. Well, happy birthday, Sarah. You've grown into such an impressive woman.
Yeah. I got you this Sibian as a graduation present. Can I drop it off?
Yeah, sorry. I ordered them on Amazon. They accidentally sent me a couple extra. Figured you might as well get some use out of it. So yeah, dude, that's gonna be our advice to this guy. You got something fun to take us out on here, Eldest?
Yo, Stav, big fan, boss. So, wife and I, we got married a couple months ago. When our honeymoon in the Caribbean, she got pregnant the first night of the honeymoon.
Nice.
Which is awesome. That's what we wanted. We were just surprised the baby survived because we were doing so much coke. Anyways, a couple months go by, and she's looking so hot, dude. Like, boobs are big.
Nice.
Just like slim, tiny baby bump. Anyways, we're having sex a couple days ago. I'm like touching her stomach gently, and I felt the baby kick.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, like it's little daughter in there, like kicking at my fucking hands, and anyways, man, it killed my boner, and that hurt her feelings, and now I feel all conflicted, dude. I don't know what to do because I want to plow my wife, but I don't know. Kind of freaks me out that little daughter's just like in there. So, anyways, man, help me out. Help me plow my pregnant wife. Appreciate it, bro.
Why does it sound like he recorded this while whispering while his wife was in the other room?
It definitely sounds like that. Yeah, it definitely sounds like that. He sounds like he's scared and hiding. So, first of all, if it's Eldest, look up when do babies start kicking, because my hunch here is that kicking in the womb can be felt between 16 and 16. No, don't look at the Google fucking AI. That shit is fake. They might be taking stuff. Oh, this is from WebMD. Okay. You should feel your baby's first movement is called quickening between 16 and 25, weeks 16 and 25. If this is your first pregnancy, you might not feel your baby move until closer to 25 weeks. Okay. So 25 weeks is what? Fucking
divided by 4. That's like 6 months.
6 months. So is it 6 months? He says it's a couple months.
Yeah.
It might be that you're just in your own head. You didn't feel shit. And by the way, you don't feel the baby in through her pussy. The baby's not in her pussy, brother.
No, He said his hand was on her stomach when he felt the movement, not on his cock.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm always rubbing my girl's belly while we're having.
But tiny baby pump sounds like you might. I don't know. Maybe she just had fucking gas, bro. Maybe you felt a gurgle. I think you're a little too in your head about your daughter being inside your wife while you fuck her. You just gotta fuck your wife, man. Don't put your hand on her fucking stomach if you don't want to. But, you say she's got big tits. Focus on those big, fat, pregnant tits. I don't know what to tell you here. You just gotta power through sometimes for the good. Here's the thing. Are you really worried about the health of your daughter? Her mother's got to be in a good mood. Stress is one of the most brutal things in a pregnancy. If she starts feeling like you don't desire her sexually, that might lead to increased cortisol levels. That might lead to problems for your child in the womb. Quite literally, you can fuck your daughter's development up if you don't dick down your wife well. So are you going to step up and be a good dad and fuck the shit out of your wife? Or are you going to be fucking weird and in your own head? You got to be the man of the fucking family. Yeah. And sometimes that means fucking your wife even if you have an image of a little fucking baby in a stomach fucking punching at the, at the stomach to get out because your cock's not like going into her house, by the way. She's totally safe. Totally safe. So you got to step up and be a good dad and fuck your wife for the good of both of them.
And who knows? This might develop into something you actually enjoy. A nice. You're probably going to seek out pregnant women or have, or maybe just your wife will have to buy some sort of apparatus that mimics the effect of a baby kicking. I don't know.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. These aren't human beings. The babies in the womb.
No.
They're little. They're not shit. They're not even humans. What you'll see, babies really aren't really fucking. Shouldn't be counted as people until 4 months out. They come out. They're these weird little fucked up things. They're an extension of your wife. It has no fucking idea. So you're being selfish by not fucking her.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
A lot of times babies come out and it's when you gotta let the chicken rest after you grow. It's let that thing finish. Needs a little more time.
Absolutely. When they come out skinny, that's so weird.
Yeah,
the little skinny
all
ones.
And stuff,
yeah. No, it's got to be nice and plump.
Yeah.
So there you go, buddy. Good luck. Be a good father and fuck your wife. And focus on her big, fat, pregnant tits.
Yeah, and keep fucking her right up until the last possible second. I'm talking about in the delivery room.
In the stirrups.
Yeah.
Sneak one in, just pop, pop.
Yeah.
Move your dick around. She'll probably be dilating by that point. Excellent. Well, we've done a lot of good work here today. And more importantly, folks, go watch For the Boys out on YouTube right now. We'll be linking it everywhere. Very funny. Dan, you're the man, bro. Thanks for stopping in.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Of course, man. And when Joe beats his sex addiction and he's off the Biden 2024 cruise, we'll have him back as well. Tell him, we're all praying for him and we're happy what he's doing for the Kamala 2024 campaign.
I'll let him know.
Let him know. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you next time.